Skateboarders driving throughout a new city or a new town is like a dog with its head out of the window, looking for new spots. We just look around at everything with such a different perspective and such a different view to where it is so much more exciting. We can look at everything with this creative perspective of like, oh, I can skate it that way, I can ollie up it, or whatever it is. I feel like your mind just gets this whole new perspective on how you view structure, places, people. Definitely a lot of insanity involved.
Yeah. Do I look like Dr. Evil if I pet my dog the whole time like this?
You look steezy.
Justin and I definitely have different styles in skateboarding. Everything we've experienced up until now has led to that.
There's no competition, really.
It's like jazz. We just improv the whole time and riff off of each
No,
other.
it really is. It really is, though. It's like, oh, well, I want to land it before he does. If we both end up trying a new trick or something, like...
We do this in groups. We like skateboarding together. You rarely run into someone who only skates alone. And I think some of it's just, you just want to show your peers what you can do, and you want that approval. You're seeking that approval from whoever your friends are, whoever your peers are you're skating with. I'm a photographer now, so that's what I do by trade. I can speak for myself only in that it leads me to skating a certain way. Thinking creatively on a day-to-day for my job and all my clients, it makes me want to do that with skateboarding too. Or maybe it's vice versa. It might be the other way around. Probably is.
Also being like kind of a perfectionist too. I think I can land a trick like kind of sketchy or do it the way that it's not normally done, and I'll like get a kick out of it. I'll think it's funny and I'll like roll with it. But he'll probably lose his mind and fully redo it.
Character traits just personally definitely come out when skating with, I think, everyone. And whether you want it or not, you're insanely vulnerable when you're out skating. It's like performance art. Like you're putting it out there for everyone. Everything about you, you can kind of tell subtly.
You can almost like fully know someone by the way they skate, the obstacles they skate, who they watch skating. When one person falls, you kind of laugh and we all joke around and make fun of ourselves or whatever. We learn to just laugh it off, and I think it's kind of constructive from there.
At least for the most part.
Right. You're right, yeah. I mean, you have your moments.
Sport is such a pile of shit. I get hurt 10 times out of 10, maybe 11 times out of 10 when I'm taking it seriously. It goes back to like where I think we're a little bit crazy. I've never once thought, man, I should stop skateboarding. You heal, you start doing it again, and that's just it. You just keep going with that cycle.
Like I've broken my wrist like 3 times, I sprained and fractured my ankle, shattered my kneecap a couple years ago, broke my jaw in 2 places. The second I got hurt, whether it's waking up in the hospital in like a recovery bed after surgery, or like you're just sitting at home on your couch just miserable, getting like all these crazy just like negative thoughts, the one thing that is constant is I cannot wait to skate again.
Yes.
Beer me. Daddy's thirsty. This interview just has me on edge.
Maybe, arguably, the one thing we have in common is just insanity. I think thinking of skateboarders as different than most people kind of like feels a little pretentious, and I hate doing it, but I think there is validity in it. I think mainly the perseverance that you learn skating growing up, being stubborn enough to like keep trying things over and over again after getting hurt.
I mean, skateboarding, all you do is get smoked for 2 hours straight to get a trick that takes 5 seconds to do. You know, and that's like the most satisfying feeling in the world.
Like, you put yourself out there in a way where you're showing how you do it. You do it differently than everyone else. Just naturally, it's not a very traditional thing for men to be able to like express themselves. And I think a lot of people got into skateboarding, whether they know it or not, on the basis that it was a way to finally express the way they're feeling, or the way they see things, the way they approach an obstacle. I think there's a lot more vulnerability in the way like boys become skateboarders than people realize.